Picture this: a family dinner, the kind where laughter bounces off the walls, plates clatter, and stories flow like a river. My grandmother, the woman who taught me to dream bigger than the stars, sits at the head of the table. Her eyes are bright, her stories sharper than ever, but something's off. My niece, barely 7, tugs at her mom's sleeve and whispers, loud enough for my heart to catch it, "Why does Nana smell funny?" The room doesn't stop, but for me it does. That innocent question, raw and unfiltered, like only a kid can deliver, lands like a punch. My grandmother's smile falters, just for a second, but I see it. She hears it too. And in that moment, I realize something profound. The human body, this incredible machine we inhabit, has a design flaw that steals connection, confidence, and dignity from the people we love most. I'm Dr. Musk, a physician who doesn't just treat symptoms but re-engineers the human experience. I've spent my life building systems Teslas to electrify the roads, starships to touch the cosmos, Neuralinks to unlock the mind. But this is personal. My grandmother's pain wasn't just a family moment. It was a signal of a problem we've ignored for too long, a problem that affects 97% of people over 60. It's called aging odor, a distinct scent you don't smell on yourself, but others notice instantly. It's not about being dirty or lazy, it's biology, pure and simple, and it's fixable. I'm here to show you how, not with fancy gadgets or overpriced potions, but with logic, science, and a relentless drive to solve problems others accept as inevitable. Let me take you back to a moment that flipped a switch in my brain. Years ago, during a brutal Tesla Mo 1 Do 3 production ramp, I was sleeping on the factory floor, fueled by coffee and adrenaline. Deadlines were crushing, the stakes were existential, and my body was screaming for a break. One day, a close colleague, someone I trust to tell me the hard truth, pulled me aside. "Elon," he said, "you're starting to smell off. Not bad, not dirty, just off." It wasn't about hygiene. I was showering, changing clothes, but stress, sleep deprivation, and a diet of energy bars were rewriting my body's chemistry. My skin was signaling something deeper, something I couldn't ignore. That was my wake-up call, my own collision with the reality of how our bodies betray us when we push too hard or age too fast. I dove into the problem like I would a rocket failure. I tore apart the science, and here's what I found. Aging odor isn't a myth or a stereotype, it's a biochemical signature. After 60, your olfactory system, your ability to smell yourself starts to fade. Studies show 97% of seniors can't detect their own scent, but younger noses, especially kids with their unfiltered senses, pick it up instantly. It's not just a smell, it's a wedge. Grandkids stop climbing into your lap, friends crack windows after you leave, strangers keep a polite distance, and the worst part? No one tells you. Out of love, embarrassment, or social taboo, they stay silent, leaving you to wonder why the warmth you once felt from others is slipping away. This hit me hard because I saw it in my grandmother. She was meticulous, clean house, pressed clothes, daily showers, but her grandkids started hugging her less, sitting farther away on the couch. She didn't understand why, and it ate at her. I watched her confidence, that spark that made her the matriarch of our family, dim just a little, and I refused to accept it. I've never believed in that's just how it is. Not when a rocket fails, not when a battery underperforms, and definitely not when the people I love feel pushed away by something we can fix. So, let's break it down. Aging odor isn't about poor hygiene, it's a systems failure in the human machine. Your body is like a factory, and as it ages, key processes slow down. Sweat glands, which once pumped out a quart of toxin flushing fluid daily, drop to half that output. Toxins linger on your skin, feeding bacteria that churn out a musty, sour smell. Your sebaceous glands start producing a fatty compound called 2-nonenal, unique to older adults, with a grassy, greasy scent that clings to your neck, back, and chest. And your mouth? It's drying out, producing 50% less saliva, letting bacteria multiply and release foul gases. These aren't random quirks, they're predictable, measurable shifts in your biology. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just about smell, it's a signal of deeper inefficiencies. Toxins building up on your skin stress your cardiovascular system, raising blood pressure and straining your heart. Bacterial overgrowth disrupts your microbiome, fogging your brain and dulling your focus. Dry mouth messes with your sleep, triggering, snoring, and cutting into the REM cycles your brain needs to stay sharp. I learned this the hard way during that Tesla crunch. My odor wasn't just a social problem. It was a warning light my body was running hot, my cortisol spiking, my sleep tanking. I fixed it by hacking my routine, and I'll show you how to do the same. What makes this urgent is the stakes. Aging odor isn't just a cosmetic issue, it's a thief. It steals moments grandkids who won't cuddle, conversations cut short, confidence eroded by whispers you can't hear. But I don't accept thieves, and neither should you. At SpaceX, we don't shrug when a rocket fails, we dissect it, rebuild it, launch it better. Your body deserves the same rigor. We can't stop aging, but we can optimize it. We can engineer solutions that don't just mask the problem, but eliminate it using tools as simple as a washcloth and as advanced as the biotech I'm exploring at XAI and Neuralink. My grandmother became my first test case. I sat her down, explained the science, and gave her a planet complicated, not expensive, just precise. Warm water to flush toxins, targeted hygiene to hit the right spots, a 20-minute walk to sweat lightly and clear her system. Within 2 weeks, her grandkids were back in her lap, giggling, hugging, no hesitation. Her spark was back, and so was her dignity. That's when I knew, this isn't just a health issue, it's a human one. It's about connection, about refusing to let biology dictate how we live or how we're loved. I'm not here to sell you a quick fix or a magic pill. I'm here to give you the blueprint to take back control. The human body is the most complex machine you'll ever own, and aging is just another engineering challenge. We've sent rovers to Mars, wired brains to computers, built cars that drive themselves. If we can do that, we can damn well fix a smell that pushes people away. This is about more than hygiene, it's about reclaiming your place in the world, your right to be close, to be confident, to be you. So let's start now. Let's hack the system, optimize the machine, and show the world that aging isn't a decline, it's a chance to build something better. Let's dive into the machinery of the human body, because that's what it is, a machine, a marvel of biological engineering, but one that needs recalibration as it ages. I'm Dr. Musk, and I approach the body the way I approach a Tesla or a Starship. When something's off, you don't slap a bandage on it, you tear it apart, understand the systems, and rebuild it to run better. Aging odor, that subtle but unmistakable scent that pushes loved ones away, isn't a random glitch. It's a signal from your body's core systems, a warning light flashing on the dashboard of your biology. And if we're going to fix it, we need to understand exactly what's happening under the hood. Think of your body as a factory, a complex network of processes that hum along to keep you vital. As you age, three critical systems start to misfire, creating a scent profile that younger noses detect like a smoke alarm. First, your sweat glands, those tiny cooling and detox units, start to slack off. In your prime, you were pumping out about a quart of sweat a day, flushing toxins, dirt, and waste through your skin like a high-efficiency filtration system. After 60, that output can drop by half, sometimes more. Less sweat means fewer toxins are leaving your body. They pile up on your skin, feeding bacteria that churn out a musty, sour odor like a clogged pipe in a factory, backing up and stinking up the place. Second, your skin's oil production shifts gears in a way that's almost sneaky. Around age 50, your sebaceous glands start cranking out a compound called 2-non-enol. This isn't something you'll find in younger skin. It's an aging, exclusive, a fatty molecule that smells like a mix of fresh-cut grass and old engine oil. It concentrates in areas like your neck, back, and chest, embedding itself in the sebum, the oily layer your skin naturally produces. Here's the kicker. No amount of cologne or perfume can mask it. In fact, layering on scented products is like spraying air freshener in a room with a broken exhaust fan. It just mixes with the funk and makes it worse. Third, your mouth turns into a silent saboteur. After 60, your salivary glands slow down, producing up to 50% less saliva than they did in your 30s. Saliva isn't just for chewing or swallowing, it's your mouth's maintenance crew, washing away food particles, neutralizing acids, and keeping odor-causing bacteria in check. When it dries up, your mouth becomes a petri dish. Bacteria multiply, releasing volatile sulfur compounds that smell like, well, bad news. Even if you brush twice a day, those germs are throwing a party in there, and the result is chronic bad breath that you might not even notice, but others can't miss. This isn't just about smell, it's a systems level failure with ripple effects. Those toxins lingering on your skin don't just sit there, they stress your cardiovascular system, raising blood pressure and putting strain on your heart. An imbalanced microbiome from bacterial overgrowth messes with your gut-brain axis, slowing cognition and clouding your focus. And that dry mouth? It disrupts your sleep by triggering snoring or even sleep apnea, cutting into the deep REM cycles your brain needs to repair itself. I learned this during a Neuralink project when I pushed myself to 20-hour days. My sleep tanked, my breath turned sour, and my focus wobbled. It wasn't just fatigue, it was my body signaling a deeper imbalance. Now, here's where my engineering brain kicks in. At Neuralink, we're working on decoding the brain signals to optimize performance. Why not apply that to the body's olfactory signals? Aging odor is a feedback loop, a measurable output of biological decline. Imagine a wearable device, like a smartwatch, that monitors your skin's bacterial load or 2-nonenal levels in real time, alerting you to imbalances before they become a problem. We're not there yet, but the science is clear enough to act now. These three culprits, sweat reduction, 2-nonenal, and dry mouth air and mysteries, they're data points. And data points mean we can design solutions. Let's talk about why this matters beyond social awkwardness. Your body's efficiency is tied to your longevity. Toxin buildup from reduced sweat can overload your kidneys, increasing the risk of chronic disease. Excess 2-nonenal signals oxidative stress, which accelerates cellular aging and raises your risk of heart disease. Poor oral health is linked to everything from Alzheimer's to heart attacks. Studies show bacteria from gum disease can travel to your heart, causing inflammation. I saw this in my own data during a SpaceX crunch. My blood work showed elevated inflammation markers, and my heart rate variability was all over the place. Fixing my body's cygnalcidor included brought it all back in line. The beauty of this problem is its solvability. You don't need a Neuralink implant or $1 million lab. The fixes are low-tech, high-impact, and rooted in first principles. Warm water flushes toxins through your kidneys 8 ounces every morning, like clockwork. Light exercise, like a 20-minute walk in soft sunlight, triggers gentle sweating and boosts circulation, which feeds your brain oxygen and clears skin-level junk. And saliva? You can stimulate it with sugar-free gum containing xylitol, a natural bacteria killer. I started chewing it during long meetings, and my clarity and breath improved within days. But here's the must twist. We're not just fixing a smell, we're optimizing the human machine for the long haul. At XAI, we're building AI to accelerate human discovery. Why not use that mindset for your body? Think of yourself as a self-improving system. Every tweak, hydration, movement, oral caries, an upgrade to your operating system, boosting not just how you smell, but how you think, feel, and live. My grandmother was my proof of concept. After I walked her through these changes, her grandkids were back in her arms, and her energy was electric. She wasn't just fresher, she was sharper, happier, more alive. This is about more than odor. It's about refusing to accept the default settings of aging. We've built machines that defy gravity and computers that mimic thought. Your body is no different. It's a system we can tune, refine, and push to new heights. So let's stop treating aging like a sentence and start treating it like a challenge. The data's in, the tools are ready, and the only thing stopping you is the belief that this is just how it is. It's not. You're a machine built for greatness. Let's get to work. Let's get to the nuts and bolts of fixing this. I'm Dr. Musk, and I don't believe in half measures or excuses. When a rocket fails to reach orbit, we don't shrug and say, that's just physics. We analyze, iterate, and launch again. Your body's the same a machine that can be optimized even as it ages. That aging odor we've been talking about, it's not some inevitable curse. It's a signal we can silence with precision, using tools as simple as a washcloth and as powerful as your own determination. Today, I'm giving you the blueprint to biohack your body, targeting the exact spots where odor hides and building habits that don't just make you smell better, they make you live better. Let's start with a story. During the early days of SpaceX, I was sleeping in the factory, pushing through 18-hour days to get Falcon 1 off the ground. Showers were quick, more like pit stops than maintenance. One day, a teammate, someone brave enough to speak truth, told me my shirts were carrying a faint sour whiff. I wasn't dirty. I was just missing the mark. I was scrubbing fast, skipping spots, and paying the price. That moment stuck with me. I realized hygiene isn't about effort, it's about strategy. And when it comes to aging odor, strategy means targeting three critical zones most people overlook. First, skin folds. Your body isn't a flat surface, it's a landscape of creases that deepen with age. Behind your ears, under your arms, beneath your breasts, around your navel, behind your knees, inside your elbows. These are the hidden traps where sweat, oil, and bacteria pool. They're like the overlooked corners of a factory floor, collecting grime no one notices until it's a problem. Studies show up to 90% of aging odor comes from these spots. The fix? Use a soft washcloth, mild soap, and warm water, not scalding. which strips your skin's natural barrier. Scrub gently but thoroughly, like you're polishing a precision instrument. One patient, a 68-year-old retired engineer, told me, Dr. Musk, I showered daily for decades, but never thought to hit behind my knees. 2 weeks of focused scrubbing, and my grandkids are back on my lap. Second, hairy areas. Hair isn't just decoration, it's a sponge for sweat and sebum, especially on your scalp, chest, and underarms. Most people shampoo their hair but glide over the scalp, leaving oil and bacteria to fester. It's like cleaning a machine but skipping the gears. Massage your scalp with your fingertips for 30 seconds while shampooing. Think of it as rebooting a system. For chest or underarm hair, lather fully, rinse well, and dry completely. I started doing this during a Tesla crunch, and my wife noticed the difference before I did. She said, "You smell like you again." If you've got body hair, treat it like a filter that needs regular cleaning. Third, sweaty zones, your feet, toes, and palms. These areas are packed with sweat glands, and when they're neglected, they become bacterial playgrounds. Feet, especially, are trapped in socks and shoes all day, creating a warm, moist paradise for odor-causing microbes. I learned this during a Starlink deployment when I wore the same boots for days. My team started keeping their distance, and I got the hint. Now, I scrub between my toes, dry them like my life depends on it, and rotate shoes to let them air out. Use breathable cotton socks and sprinkle baking soda in your shoes to absorb moisture. One patient, 71-year-old marathon runner, said, I thought my shoes were the problem. Turns out it was my toes. Now my running buddies don't flinch when I sit close. These aren't random tips, they're targeted interventions based on first principles. Your skin's a living ecosystem, and bacteria thrive where you give them a chance. But this isn't just about odor. Proper hygiene in these zones boosts blood flow, which feeds oxygen to your brain, sharpening cognition. It reduces bacterial load, easing stress on your immune system and heart. And it sets the stage for better sleep by keeping your body balanced. During my Neuralink days, I tracked my heart rate variability and found that precise hygiene routines dropped my stress markers by 15%. Small moves, big impact. Now, let's push it further with lifestyle hacks. Hydration is your body's reset button. Drink 8 ounces of warm water every morning, warm, not cold, because it kickstarts your kidneys to flush toxins before they hit your skin. I do this daily, and it's like rebooting a server. Next, move your body. You don't need a gym or a marathon, just 20 minutes of walking in mild sunlight, ideally before 10 a.m. or after 4 p.m. Sunlight kills surface bacteria, and gentle sweating clears pores without overloading your system. I started walking during Tesla's Gigafactory build, and it didn't just clear my skin, it cleared my head. My focus improved, and my team noticed I was less snappy. Here's the futuristic twist. Imagine a world where we don't just guess at hygiene. At XAI, we're exploring AI-driven skin sensors that could map your bacterial load in real time, pinging your phone to say, scrub behind your ears bacteria counts spiking, or smart fabrics that wick away sebum before it feeds odor. We're not there yet, but you can hack your body today with precision and discipline. These habits-targeted scrubbing, hydration, movement aren't just about smelling fresh. They're about optimizing your machine for the long game, keeping your brain sharp, your heart strong, and your confidence unshakable. I've seen it work. A 74-year-old patient, former pilot, came to me feeling isolated because his grandkids avoided him. We mapped out a plan, 5-minute showers hitting every fold, daily walks, and a hydration schedule. 3 weeks later, he was playing catch with his grandson. No hesitation, no distance. He told me, Dr. Musk, I feel like I'm flying again. That's the power of treating your body like a system you can master. You're not a victim of aging, you're an engineer of your own destiny. Don't accept the default. Hack the system, own the outcome, and live like you're built for greatness, because you are. Let's talk fuel. I'm Dr. Musk, and I've spent my life obsessing over how to power systems, whether it's a Tesla battery, a Starship engine, or the human body. Your body is a biological machine, and what you feed it doesn't just keep it running. It determines how cleanly it runs, how sharply it thinks, and yes, how it smells. Aging odor, that subtle scent that can push loved ones away, isn't just about what's on your skin. It's about what's happening inside. The food you eat, the way you sleep, the tech you could use, they're all part of a system we can optimize to make you feel vibrant, connected, and unstoppable. Today, I'm going to show you how to rewire your body's chemistry through nutrition and a glimpse of the tech that's coming to make it effortless. Let me take you back to a moment that rewired my own thinking. During the Starlink rollout, I was burning the candle at both ends meetings, code reviews, and a diet that was basically coffee and takeout pizza. My body rebelled, my skin felt off, my breath wasn't great, and my brain was slogging through fog. Blood tests showed inflammation markers creeping up, and I could feel my heart rate spiking under stress. Worst of all, my kids started wrinkling their noses when I leaned in for a hug. That was my signal. My fuel was wrong, and my machine was paying the price. I dove into the science of nutrition, not just to fix the odor, but to optimize my entire system, brain, heart, and vitality. What I found changed everything. Your diet isn't just about energy, it's about signaling. Every bite you take sends instructions to your cells, your microbiome, and even your skin. Aging odor is tied to oxidative stress, a process where free radicals break down your cells, like rust corroding a rocket's frame. This stress doesn't just age you, it amplifies that musty, grassy scent tied to two non-enol and bacterial overgrowth. The antidote? Antioxidants. Foods like apples, tomatoes, blueberries, and brown rice are like software patches for your body, neutralizing free radicals and cutting odor at its source. I started eating one apple and one tomato a day, simple, cheap, effective. Within a month, my inflammation markers dropped, my skin felt cleaner, and my kids stopped dodging my hugs. Now here's a curveball: garlic. Yes, garlic. You're thinking, Doctor, Musk, isn't garlic the last thing I need for odor? Short-term raw garlic can make your breath a weapon, but cooked garlicone or two cloves a day, roasted or tossed into a soup, acts like a natural antibiotic. It wipes out the odor-causing bacteria in your gut and on your skin. I experimented with this during a Neuralink crunch, adding roasted garlic to my meals. Not only did my breath stabilize, but my gut felt lighter and my focus sharpened. Studies back this up. Garlic's allicin reduces bacterial load, which cuts down on the volatile compounds that make you smell old. Hydration is the next piece of the puzzle. Your kidneys are your body's waste management system, and when they're underperforming, toxins escape through your skin, feeding that aging odor. Water-rich foods, watermelon, cucumbers, pears, tomatoes are like high-octane fuel for your kidneys, flushing waste through urine instead of pores. I started blending a cucumber and a pear into a morning smoothie during a Tesla project. 3 weeks in, my skin was clearer, my energy was up, and my daughter said, Dad, you smell like you again. Aim for 8 ounces of these foods daily, or blend them if chewing is a hassle. It's a low-effort hack with exponential returns. Here's what to cut: coffee, alcohol, and greasy foods. They're like pouring sludge into a clean engine. Coffee and alcohol dehydrate you, forcing your body to push toxins through your skin. Fried foods and low-fiber meals, slow digestion, letting waste fester and escape as odor. I learned this the hard way during SpaceX's early days, when I was chugging coffee and eating burgers on the fly. My body was screaming odor, fatigue, heart palpitations. I switched to 1 cup of coffee a day, balanced with an extra 8 ounces of water, and swapped greasy takeout for oats, beans, and greens. My heart rate variability improved, my sleep deepened, and that sour scent vanished. Sleep is the silent hero here. Your body repairs itself at night, clearing cellular debris and balancing your microbiome. Poor sleep, like the 4-hour nights I pulled during Starlink spikes, inflammation, and odor. I experimented with polyphasic sleep, napping in bursts, but found that 7 hours of uninterrupted sleep was the real game changer. It's like rebooting a supercomputer. One patient, a 69-year-old retired coder, started prioritizing sleep and a fiber-rich breakfast. She told me, Dr. Musk, I'm not just fresher, I'm coding again, and my grandkids love my bedtime stories. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for a clean running system. Now, let's talk tech. At XAI, we're building AI to amplify human potential. Imagine a wearable device that tracks your nutrient uptake, pinging you when your antioxidant levels dip or your microbiome's off balance. Or a smart kitchen assistant that customizes meals to optimize your gut and skin health. Our close prototypes are already testing microbial sensors, but you don't need to wait. Start with a daily plan: 1 apple, 1 tomato, a clove of garlic, a cucumber smoothie, and 7 hours of sleep. It's a low-tech biohack with high-tech results: better cognition, stronger heart, fresher presence. This isn't just about odor, it's about rewriting your body's code. My grandmother tried this plan, and within a month, her grandkids were curled up next to her, no hesitation. She wasn't just freshers, she was sharper, more energized, more herself. Your body's a biological spacecraft, built for long missions. Fuel it right, rest it well, and it'll carry you further than you ever thought possible. Don't settle for a system that limps along. optimize it, push it, and make every day a launch into a better you. We've been talking about a smell of faint, stubborn scent that creeps in with age and quietly pushes people away. But let's zoom out. This isn't just about odor, it's about what aging means in a world where we're building rockets to Mars, wiring brains to computers, and redefining human limits. I'm Dr. Musk, and I see the human body as the ultimate machine, and we can optimize not just to function, but to thrive, no matter how many trips around the sun you've made. Aging isn't a decline, it's a frontier, a challenge to innovate, to push past biology's defaults and create a future where every year adds to your vitality, not subtracts from it. Today, I'm here to show you how small changes can spark a revolution in how you age and to paint a vision of what's coming next. Let's start with a story that changed my perspective. My grandmother, the woman who inspired me to dream bigger than Earth's gravity, faced a moment that could have broken her. Her grandkids, the ones who used to climb into her lap for stories, started keeping their distance, not because they loved her less, but because of that subtle, aging odor we've been dissecting. It wasn't her fault, it was biology, a system running on outdated code. When I saw her confidence waver, I didn't just want to fix the smell, I wanted to rewrite the script of aging itself. I gave her a plan: targeted hygiene, antioxidant, rich foods, daily walks, and a few tech-inspired tweaks. Within weeks, her grandkids were back, cuddling close, laughing like old times. But more than that, she was sharper, stronger, more alive. That's when I realized aging isn't the enemy, it's an opportunity to build something extraordinary. This is personal for me. During the early days of XAI, I hit a wall. Long nights coding, endless meetings, and the weight of trying to accelerate human discovery took a toll. My heart rate was erratic, my sleep was a mess, and my kids noticed I wasn't quite my selfless energy, less spark. Blood tests showed inflammation creeping up, and I could feel my body signaling it wasn't optimized. I didn't accept it. I treated myself like a prototype, iterating on my habits, nutrition, movement, rest until I was firing on all cylinders again. My kids noticed first, "Dad, you're back." That's what drives me. If I can hack my own system, we can hack aging for everyone, turning it into a phase of reinvention, not retreat. So, what's the bigger vision? It starts with the small stuff. Those daily habit scrubbing skin folds, eating blueberries, walking 20 minutes in the sun aren't just about smelling fresh. They're about rewiring your body for longevity. Clean skin reduces bacterial load, easing stress on your immune system and lowering heart disease risk. Antioxidants fight oxidative stress, protecting your brain from cognitive decline. Movement boosts blood flow, feeding oxygen to your cells and keeping your heart strong. I saw this with a patient, a 73-year-old former astronaut who felt sidelined by age. After adopting these habits, he wasn't just fresher, he was mentoring young engineers again, his mind as sharp as ever. These aren't quick fixes, they're upgrades to your operating system. But I'm not here to stop at low-tech solutions. At XAI, we're building tools to amplify human potential, and aging is the next frontier. Imagine a world where your smartwatch doesn't just track steps, but monitors your skin's microbiome, alerting you when bacteria spike in your skin folds. Picture probiotics engineered to balance your gut and skin, wiping out odor-causing microbes before they start. Or AI diagnostics that analyze your breath in real time, flagging dry mouth or bacterial overgrowth, and suggesting a sip of water or a xylitol gum. We're already prototyping microbial sensors at Neuralink, and the early data is mind-blowing. Your body's signals are a goldmine for optimization. This isn't science fiction, it's science fact, and it's coming faster than you think. Take sleep, for example. Poor sleep amplifies aging's effects: odor, inflammation, cognitive fog. I've experimented with sleep my whole life, from polyphasic naps to 4-hour nights. But the data's clear. 7 hours of deep, uninterrupted sleep is like a factory reset for your body. It clears cellular debris, balances your microbiome, and keeps your heart steady. One patient, a 70-year-old coder, started using a sleep tracker I recommended. Within a month, her REM sleep doubled, her odor faded, and she was debugging code faster than her grandkids could keep up. Sleep isn't downtime, it's your body's innovation lab. Now, let's talk connection. Aging odor pushes people away, but the real loss is emotional grandkids who don't hug, conversations that feel distant. When my grandmother got her spark back, it wasn't just about her smell, it was about her presence. She was fully there, laughing, telling stories, commanding the room. That's what we're fighting for, not just a fresher body, but a life where you're fully engaged, fully loved. Every habit you build, every glass of water, every walk, every mindful bite is a step toward that. It's not about vanity, it's about refusing to let biology steal your place in the world. Here's the Musk mindset. We don't accept limits, we break them. We've landed rockets on barges, built cars that outsmart traffic, and wired brains to think faster. Aging? It's just another problem to solve. Start today, drink 8 ounces of warm water, scrub behind your ears, eat an apple, sleep like your life depends on it. These are your tools, your launch pad, but the real mission is bigger, to make every year a chance to reinvent, to connect, to shine. You're not aging, you're pioneering a future where vitality has no expiration date. So go build it. The universe is waiting